There we go. All right. Today is June 10th, 2025, and shit is about to get real, or about as real as I can get it anyway. So, all right. Let me blow that up a little bit. Oh yeah, I showed this the other day. This thing right here. Locked up a little 3-year-old girl in a room by herself so she could go smoke her weed. Nah, saying I got to smoke my weed, you know. And then after that, she found out that the little girl had thrown up, so she brutally murdered the little 3-year-old girl. Because that's the human thing to do, right? That's what human beings do, right? Yeah. Okay. Whatever. This fucking dude right here. By the way, I have no idea who that dude was that we were watching for 4 years. It damn sure wasn't the original Joe. I've been around long enough to know that that wasn't the guy that I had seen in the papers and on TV during the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Whether this guy was a double or a clone or an actor wearing a biomask. By the way, that's not exactly a conspiracy theory. NASA admitted last year or year before that they've had that technology since the 80s and that they've used it extensively. That you can put on one of these masks and it somehow fits to such a great degree that the person looking at you cannot tell that you are not whoever it is that you're pretending to be. But so this political organization there orchestrated the biggest crime ever committed. I don't know about that. That thing might have been the biggest crime ever, or at least biggest crime against humanity ever committed against the American people, telling everyone that this man was competent. Okay, so moving on. The fact that this cartoon from 1894 is still relevant should piss all of us off. They've had us right where they wanted us all along, using us as slave labor pretty much, and a source of revenue for themselves and their global business partners and their ruling elite buddies. Bloodlines is more like it. Low wages, high rent, caught in the middle. Sandwich. Alrighty. Let's turn this up just a bit. Make sure that we can be heard here. This piece of shit right here, Van Hollen, voted no on the Lake and Riley Act because I want to import the same people that commit those crimes on Americans so that they can keep doing it because I'm a you know what. I'm not going to say the name of the party on YouTube. You have to watch everything that you say on this absurd platform. Unless you've got a YouTube channel whose focus is, topic matters like Bigfoot or paranormal or bushcrafting or sports or normie stuff, normie shit. You start getting too close to the truth, they shut your ass up with the quickness, buddy boy. There we go. I can just blow it up like that, can't I? Using the mouse, not even having to go over here to the toggle there. Abort our own children. Import hostile immigrants. Disarm ourselves. Yes, that's right. Turn them in. Government loves you. government would never do anything to harm you. See, this dude right here, he believes that this guy has been brainwashed. This guy with this stuff right here sticking in him, who believes in this bullshit right here, this commie horse shit, and listens to these people right here, who he thinks tells him the truth on behalf of the government, and who thinks that white people should not exist. He thinks this dude's in a cult. This guy with this flag right here, wearing this cross right here, this piece of shit right here thinks that this guy is in a cult. So, moving right along, ladies. Socialism. So good people climb 15 feet high walls and risk being shot to escape from it. Pretty much the same way that, excuse me. Pretty much the same way, if you're wondering what's in the cup, it is, let's just say the silver bullet. Coors Light. So, yeah, I drink cheap sometimes. I mean, who can afford to drink German import beer all the time? I'd like to be drinking Franziskaner every day, but I can't. And I don't drink every day. I drink beer twice a week, the days that I don't work. Anyway, so kind of the same way that all these people from all these various countries, brown people countries, black people countries, while they risk life and limb and do anything and everything to come live with a bunch of white people. They hate white people so much. White people are so evil that they'll risk it all, life and limb, to come live with white people. Well, guess what? There's a lot more than just white people here. There's Asians, Hispanics, a lot of Hispanics that have been here for generations. American Indian. We've even got Polynesians here. We've even got people from Ghana here, and Cameroon, and Botswana, and third world hellholes that you would not even ever think of going to, and why would you? And that most people have never even heard of, most of today's people, because quite frankly, today's people have been dumbed down, intentionally dumbed down by this force right here that wants to, how do we say, get rid of or delete most of us and take over the world. Who was it? There was someone back in the 30s and 40s who had a plan for world domination. I can't remember his name right now. I remember he had a funny little fucking mustache. And he was over in Europe somewhere, Central Europe, Western Europe, right? I can't remember his name. And even if I could remember his name, I wouldn't dare say it on YouTube. Fucking scumbags. To be clear, these are the people that certain political party in the United States are trying to save from you know what. See this word right here? See that word? I don't even want to say that on YouTube right now. Just saying that word right now, during this time, this particular time frame, will get your channel looked at. And if they don't like what you're saying, they'll just delete your fucking channel for you. And goodbye. Get the fuck off YouTube. Out of here. Come back when you're a normie, or you want to talk about fishing or golf or Bigfoot or whatever. I do like talking about Bigfoot, by the way, and I am going to do some Bigfoot videos. But whatever, next. Mr. T's DOD has implemented a policy requiring military commanders to identify TG service members or those diagnosed with gender dysphoria and refer them for medical evaluations that could lead to their discharge from service. Good. Get the fuck out of here. I get so mad thinking about this shit. When I was in the military, and I don't mind saying when, that's not some big secret, it's not classified information, 1986 to 1992. When I was in the military, just being gay was outlawed. Yeah, we had gay people. Obviously, we had gay people, but you didn't open your mouth about it. You didn't tell nobody. You damn sure didn't tell anybody about it, unless you wanted to get thrown out. Hell, it was even illegal to for a man to have anal sex with his wife. Not that I know anything about that. That's a dude, huh? He's a good-looking feller. Good-looking feller. Biggest threat to Western civilization is Russia? Nah. China? No. Islam? You're getting close. You're getting real close. White liberal women with liberal arts degrees. I kind of agree with that. I've had close contact with some of these people right here. See that one right there? Islam. I've had personal experiences there. I'm talking about my abroad experiences. I know some now here in the United States, and quite frankly, I'll tell you something. They're Trump supporters, and they hate communism. Next. So why is she the only one going to prison? Have you asked yourself that? Where's all the men that had sex with those underage girls? And by the way, it's not just 14 and 15-year-old girls. No. That's just what they're letting you know about. Oh, there was much worse going on there than that. And by the way, like 107 always says, and by the way, there was a alligator pit on that island. Now, I wonder what they were using that alligator pit for. I hate to think about it. Probably some little ones, some of the wee folk, were getting disposed of there. Yeah, I don't want to think about that. So here's what's going on. Here's the current thing, right? There's the current thing. Well, just think about because from what I understand in the LA area, you've got about 20 to 22 million people. I'm thinking maybe there's a few thousand out here. Just think about all the people that didn't go to this shit right here and who are against it. You know, if it comes down to civil war, these people, these scum, they don't stand a chance, especially when the citizens ally with state and local law enforcement agencies, then the National Guard, then the military, or at least part of the fractured military. Because if the DOD decided that it was going to go to war with the people, most of the people enlisted and in the officer ranks would come join the people. And it wouldn't last long. It'd be over with in a matter of weeks, if not days, my fine feathered friend. So should you be allowed to run over? I don't even want to say that word right there. I don't even want to say that right now on YouTube. Should you be allowed to run over these motherfuckers blocking traffic without fear of consequence? Damn right, that's common sense. That's just common sense. If you feel that your life is in danger, if you feel that these people are gonna drag you out of your vehicle and stomp you to death on that highway, what would you do? I know what I'd do. I'd mow right through them. I don't give a fuck about them. Fuck them. Fuck you. Sorry for the language. I do use harsh language. My apologies to anybody who might watch this video, and probably nobody will, because YouTube does not recommend my videos to people. It's not that my videos are poor. They suck. Nobody's interested. That's not the case. The fact is, there's a lot of channels out there that are good quality, but YouTube just doesn't recommend them because somewhere along the way, you've said something in the comments on some video or something that identified you as a patriot or a nationalist or a conservative, and some staffer, some commie staffer there at the YouTube headquarters, or maybe in FBI headquarters. Who knows who's actually running YouTube? But some staffer, some commie shit fuck staffer said, red flagged your ass for shadow banning. That's okay. This guy. That silver bullet. If I was this dude, I don't know that I could be so gentle with these people. I don't know if I could be so gentle. I tend to get emotionally involved. You know, I was really good at what I did when I was in the military, which was military police 4 years, 2 years military intelligence, OSI. That was my downfall, my mistake. Oh, my mouse went out again. My mistake, here we go, was cross-training into intelligence. I gave up my beret. I gave up my M16. I gave up my sidearm, which when I started off was a 38, and somewhere along the way they switched over to the 9mm Beretta. I gave up my badge. This guy doesn't have a badge. I'm not sure what his MOS is. Probably Marine Corps, infantry, light. I have no idea. There's no identifying insignia. But I gave all that up thinking that I was going to go into intel and learn all the secrets of UFOs. I was really into UFOs as a young man. And it didn't take too long to learn that I'd really fucked up and gave up all that glory, all that stuff that I loved so much for a job that did not fulfill what I was seeking. Everything's super compartmentalized. You're not going to find out any truth unless you're high-ranking back office brass, you know, major, light colonel, colonel or above. You know, if you're not in that class, you're not going to really ever find out anything. And if you do, they're going to put you under a contract to keep your ass silent for the rest of your life. So anyway, moving on. RFK Jr. says he is removing all 17. There's that number again. That number keeps popping up everywhere. Why is that? I don't understand. Why does that number keep popping up everywhere? 17. Removing all 17 members of the CDC's you-know-what advisory committee. Okay. He fired all 17 of those motherfuckers. Good. The fuck out of here. There's that commie mayor herself. Why she hasn't been arrested yet, I have no idea. Or has she? Do we really know? She should have been a long time ago, back during the Pacific Palisades fires. Now this, I didn't know until yesterday when I took this screenshot. Now, is this true? I don't know. The truth about baby carrots. Manufactured baby carrots are a result of taking all broken and ugly big carrots they can't put in the package, grinding them all up, processing them into the baby carrots, quote unquote baby carrots, and giving them a bath in chlorine to give them a bright, happy orange color. Orange. Kind of like blood orange. I like me some orange soda now, son. Give me some orange soda, motherfucker. So this dude, this fucking piece of shit right here, says he will arrest you know what. I don't want to say that on YouTube right now. Not this week. Those agents, if they try to, you know what, undocumented peoples. I want to see this dude right here in rope. In rope. Now, did you see her the other day where she was trying to get into that facility and they slammed the door in her face? What they should have done is right before they slammed the door, they should have snatched that fucking wig off and then shut the door. That is one hideous, abominable creature right there. And stupid. Extremely stupid. Representative Maxine Waters calls for United States to grant citizenship to every you-know-what in Los Angeles. Yeah, fuck you, bitch. Get the fuck out of here. Sorry for my language, ladies. So that political party settled on excuse for LA riots. It's you know whose fault for enforcing the law. Yeah, it's all his fault. Nothing's ever their fault. In fact, if you ask me, and I'm up there, folks. I'm 58 years old. I turned 58 a couple days ago. You ask me, this guy right here, you know who? The orange dude? He's the best I've seen so far in my lifetime. I hope he accomplishes everything that we sent him to do. Drain the mother effing swamp. So there's that letter. If you want to stop it and read it, I'll blow it up for you. I'm not going to read all that. I got to end this video, playa. I got shit to do. But before I do, I'm going to blow through all these pictures. This retard is actually correct. Orange Man is not her president because she is a you-know-what, an illegal. And I don't use this word right here. immigrant. I'll tell you why. Because this is a contradiction of terms. These people right here, immigrants, just go ahead and say it. Immigrants are legally documented people. They have observed the law and followed the law. Illegal, you know what, starts with an A. They are not documented and have not followed the law. Now, when I was a younger man, there were a lot of laws that I didn't follow. There may be a few laws that I don't follow now. I'm not going to tell you what they are. But I do it in the privacy of my own home. But I was kind of lawless when I was younger. When you get older, you get a little wiser. And you realize that the laws are there for a reason. And it's best for everybody. Everybody. If there is law and order. Now that she has been arrested for rioting, we will deport her back to her home. C'est la vie. You know, you could have done so much better. I can tell by looking at you that you got a lot of Aztec or Mayan native DNA. Not so much Spanish, but more native. So hope you'll reflect on what you've done and go home and apply to come back and do it the legal way. Do you want the U.S. Marines deployed to L.A. to stop the rioting? I would say I want that times 10 million. I want it a lot. I want more than just the Marines. I want the Marines, Army, Air Force, military, police. I can think of a lot of units that would be right for the situation. And so this thing right here, Minnesota State Representative says, I am illegal in this country and my parents are illegal too. Why isn't she arrested? Why? Why, President Orange Man? Why isn't she arrested yet? That's very highly illegal on top of her being here illegally. My God. So this dude looks like he caught one hell of a fucking beating. I'm not going to dwell on you too long, partner. We're going to get your face out of here right about now. There he go, there he go, there he go. What he did, I do not know. They throw some stuff up here. It tells you what he did. Domestic battery, bodily harm. Typical violent piece of shit. Fuck you. Get the fuck off my computer. What is the deal with this dude? Is that some kind of birth defect or something? What the fuck? Did one of your relatives have sex with your mother? What the fuck is up with you, pal? You got some native ancestry too, whether you know it or not. There he go there. I ain't had did nothing. Hell no. I can't even motherfucking see. How am I gonna commit a crime when I can't even motherfucking see? Nah, son. There he go. There he go, there he go, there he go. Oh, he done dealt some heroin. Nah, son. He done possessed him some felony motherfucking weapon charge. Nah, son. Home what? Controlled substance, you know. You name it, I had did it. I ain't did nothing, Your Honor. Hell no. I ain't admitting the shit. Fuck all y'all. Fuck y'all's motherfucking coat. This dude looks like he's got something going on too. Some kind of birth defect or some shit. He must be one of them there sub-Neanderthal motherfuckers. Ah, damn, player. What is up with that head? I wish you better luck in the next life, pal. You know, I ain't no Prince Charming myself, or no, what is it, Machiavelli? Whatever that romantic guy centuries ago was called. I can't, I'm stoned, sorry. I may not be all that great looking myself, player, but damn, at least I ain't got that frickin', that ape dome going on up top there. Now see, this dude's white, right? That's how the left does it. That's how they manipulate the crime statistics to make it look like it's a bunch of white people out there beating everybody up and shooting everybody. Actually, this dude looks more like Chinese to me, but he's got a Hispanic name. There's probably some Chinese in there somewhere. Damn, player. What you is? God damn. What you is, player? What you doing up in my crib? There he go. Tavares, what's the nonsense? I be black, you know. Violate order protection offense is cited. Whatever that means. I don't know. I've been out of law enforcement a long time, and I didn't work in civilian law enforcement long enough to learn some of this lingo here. Whatever the charges are, I'm sure they're legitimate, and I'm sure he's a piece of shit. He's just got that look about him. I might even have that look about me to some folks. Who knows? But that's all I got today, and with that, I'm going to end this video, and I will catch that. Damn, it's been 31 minutes. Holy crap. I got to get to work on processing this video. I am out of here, and we'll catch thy ass next time. Player.